Hey friends, it's Julia, and I've got a quickie for you. This flow is about 35 minutes long with a mix of power poses and feel good movements that will refresh and restore you any time of day. As always, listen to your body and do what works for you. Let's get after it. Let's start in extended child pose. So sit your hips back over your feet, knees can be together or separate, and walk your hands forward. Take a moment here to get the wiggles out and then begin to settle into this shape. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Let your forehead rest heavy on the mat or over your forearms or on a yoga block. Let your hips sink down into the floor. And let this pose ground you as you bring awareness to your breathing. Easy inhales. Easy exhales. As you continue breathing, maybe you walk your hands over to the right side edge of your mat. Place your left hand on top of your right. Deep breaths into your left side. And then slowly back through the center. Walk hands over to the left, right hand on top this time. Inhale. And exhale slowly back to center. On the next inhale, maybe walk your fingertips forward just slightly, reaching long, filling up even more. Then exhale, release and relax. Moving into tabletop now, so press up and stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Getting ready to warm up the spine. As we inhale, we'll drop the belly for cow pose. Pull your heart forward, gaze lifts just slightly. Exhale, round the back for cat pose. Push the mat away. Inhale, back to cow. Exhale, cat. One more inhale, cow pose. Really open the front body. And exhale for cat. Really create space between the shoulder blades. Maybe lift up onto your fingertips for angry cat. And then settle back into your neutral table. Getting ready to ground down through your palms. Tuck your toes under and hover your knees off the mat just an inch or two. Really engaging the core. Couple breaths here. Lower the knees, untuck the toes. We're going to open up to the right side now. So kick your left foot out like a kickstand. Extend the right leg. Extend the right arm. Reach straight up. Maybe you reach the arm overhead, really making a nice stretch through the right side body. Also have the option to float the right foot off the mat for a grounded half moon variation. And if you'd like, while you're here, you can circle out your wrist and ankle. Make sure you take it both directions, keeping the right side engaged. And then lower the foot, lower the hand, left foot spins back to center, right knee pulls in, and we'll set up for the left. So right foot kicks out, left leg extends, left arm reaches high. Grounding down through the right palm, beginning to activate the left side. Maybe the arm reaches overhead. Ground down through the left foot if you want to feel it even more. Move into grounded half moon if you did on the other side. Circling your wrist and ankle. Taking it both directions. And then one last inhale, reach. Exhale, lower everything back to tabletop. Setting up to hover the knees once more. Flip the toes. Lift the knees. Breathing in and out through the nose. Keep the core engaged and press down through your hands. And then send the hips up and back for downward dog. And take some time to walk it out here. Pedal through your feet, bend one knee and the other. You might work this into your hips or your hands, whatever feels good right now, until you're ready to settle into the shape, grounding down through your palms, chest presses towards your thighs, gaze is toward the back of the mat. Full round of breath here. And then bend your knees, look forward, and make your way to the top of the mat. We're going to set up for ragdoll. So feet hip width apart, nice bend in the knees, torso hangs heavy. Maybe you take opposite elbows. Maybe you sway gently side to side, shifting the weight around in your feet. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. Switch the grip on your elbows. Let the heaviness of your torso continue to release your lower back until you're ready to drop the hands, bend the knees a little deeper, and slowly roll up. Head is the last to arrive. And then we'll get set up for Tadasana. So inhale, squeeze your shoulders all the way up to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. And then inhale, extended mountain, arms reach overhead. Nice and tall. Exhale, cactus, bend the elbows, open your heart, feeling broad across the collarbone. And inhale, back to mountain, arms overhead. And exhale, sweep the arms open as you dive down, forward fold. Inhale, find a flat back, halfway lift. Maybe you walk the hands up your shins or to your thighs. Lengthen through the tailbone. And then release, bend the knees, step back and press to downward dog. And take a full round of breath here. Lift the heels high. Drop down to your knees, passing through table. And then walk your hands back as you straighten up to a kneeling position. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders down. And then inhale, arms overhead, just like we did on our feet. Exhale, cactus. Bend the elbows, open your heart, engage the glutes so you don't crunch into the lower back. And then inhale, straighten up. Exhale, sit back onto your feet for traditional child pose. Let the upper body just melt down. Arms can rest at your sides. Continuing to release the lower back. Maybe you rock gently back and forth. And then make your way again through tabletop, setting up for plank or a modified plank. Shift the weight forward and lower all the way to your stomach. Keep the elbows tight to your rib cage. Untuck the toes. And then set up for Sphinx. Slide the palms forward, stacking your shoulders over your elbows. Engage the legs, so maybe your knees lift off the mat. And maybe you press up to Cobra, deepening the back bend. And then slowly lower down, slide your palms back under your shoulders, tuck the toes, and press up and back to downward dog. Inhale through the nose. And open mouth, exhale. Press high on the toes and drop the knees back to tabletop. From here, extend the right leg behind. On the inhale, float the foot off the mat. And exhale, grounded cheetah, round the back and pull your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend and straighten. Flip the left toes under. And on the exhale, as you pull your right knee forward, maybe you lift the left knee off the mat. And then step the right foot forward. Lower the left knee back down for a grounded lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, press your palms together at your heart. And then twist open to the right. Hinge forward and maybe try to hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Straighten back up and untwist. Arms extend overhead. Inhale. And on the exhale, send your hips back into a half split. Pull the toes of the right foot toward you. Fingertips can reach behind or take your hands to your hips. And then we'll bend forward back into our low lunge, hands to the mat. And then draw the right leg back to tabletop, setting up for the left side. Start by extending the leg behind. Inhale, float the foot off the mat. And exhale, grounded cheetah. Bend the knee, pull it towards your nose, rounding the back. Inhale, extend behind. Tuck the right toes under. Exhale, pull the left knee forward. And then set up your low lunge on this side. Drop the right knee down. Inhale, arms overhead, nice and long. And then we'll take our twist. Press your palms together at your heart. Open to the left side. Hinge forward, right elbow to left knee. And then straighten up, untwist. Arms overhead, inhale. And exhale, half split. Pull your left toes towards your chest. Try to send the left hip crease back. And then bend forward into the left knee, hands to the mat. Return to tabletop. Optional vinyasa here, moving through plank. Lower halfway down on the exhale. Untuck the toes and inhale for up dog, pressing through the tops of the feet, lifting the knees up, pressing through your palms. And exhale, downward dog. From here, float your right foot off the mat. Inhale. Exhale, round the back, pull your knee to your nose. Inhale, press back to three-leg dog. And then exhale, pass through cheetah pose as you step the right foot forward. Get set up for a crescent lunge. Sweep the arms overhead on the inhale. Engage the back of the left leg and square your hips to the front. Hands to your heart. And then we'll take that twist again, open to the right. Left elbow to right knee. Use that resistance to twist a little deeper. And then straighten up. Untwist. Back to crescent. Arms reach high. And now for pyramid pose, spin the left heel down, line it up with the right, like we're in Warrior One. You can shorten the stance for this if you'd like. Hinge forward at the hips, pull the right hip crease back. Try to keep the neck nice and long. Arms can extend behind or take hands on your hips. And then release hands down to the mat. Slide the left foot behind for our low lunge and step the right foot back for downward dog. Left side. Inhale, float the foot off the mat. Exhale, cheetah pose, pull the knee forward, round the back. Inhale, back to three-leg dog. And exhale, step it forward, setting up our crescent lunge on this side. Feet hip-width apart. Inhale, arms overhead. Fire up the back of the right leg. Press the right hip forward. And exhale, hands to your heart. Twist to the left. And hinge forward. Right elbow to left knee. Straighten up. Unwind. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, pyramid. Right heel spins down. Left hip pulls back, lengthening through the crown. This is a great pose if you're someone who sits at a desk all day, getting into where everything connects in your lower back, your hip, and your hamstring. And now release hands to the mat, pass through your low lunge, and step back to downward dog. Moving right along. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step the foot through, low lunge. Inhale for crescent, arms reach high. And now tilt forward on the exhale as you sweep the arms behind, trying to make one long line from your head to your heel. And then sweep your left arm up and around for Warrior Two. Left heel spins down. Try to get the foot roughly parallel to the back edge of the mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. Flip the right palm and reach up and back. Exhale, side angle. Reach your right hand down to your right foot, keeping the body open to the left side. Left hand can reach straight up or extend overhead, creating length from the outer edge of the left foot all the way through the fingertips. And then inhale, reverse once more. And exhale, sweep the arms down to the mat, frame the right foot. And then take an optional vinyasa on your way to downward dog, moving through cobra or up dog, and then pressing up and back. Now, believe it or not, we're going to repeat this on the left side. So when you're ready, inhale, three-leg dog. Exhale, pull the knee forward, step the foot between the hands, and set up your crescent lunge. Arms reach high on the inhale. Exhale, airplane arms as you tilt forward. Inhale, warrior two. Right heel spins down as the arms sweep open, reaching opposite directions through the fingertips. Reverse warrior on the inhale. We want to lift up out of the left hip rather than crunch down into the lower back. Exhale, side angle. Lengthen through the right side and avoid collapsing over the left leg. Sweep it up again, reverse warrior. Inhale, really reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, hands to the mat. And meet me back in downward dog, however you want to get there. And now we're going to repeat that sequence. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot steps forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, sweep it open for warrior two. Strong bend in the right knee. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Try to smooth out these transitions. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, sweep your hands to the mat. Step the right foot back. And flow your way to downward dog. Left side. Inhale, three-leg dog. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane arms. Really press down through your right toes. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, feeling nice and strong. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, send it forward. Extended side angle. Sweep it up and back. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, hands to the mat. Flow your way to downward dog. Maybe you take that vinyasa, lower down, cobra or up dog, and then press it up and back. Now, I think we deserve a water break. So drop down to your knees, catch your breath, take some small sips of water before we get moving again. You can also take a few moments in child pose or another restorative posture. And when you're ready, we're going to meet on our feet at the top of the mat. Okay, let's reset our Tadasana and take another sun salutation. So inhale, shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, cactus. Heart opens, glutes are engaged. Inhale, extend, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step the left foot behind, low lunge. And from here, we'll move straight into warrior two. Spin the heel down. Sweep the left arm up and back. Skandasana. Open to the left side of the mat. Shift the weight into a nice bend in the left knee. And then press forward again, move through warrior two into half moon. Try to keep the shoulders open to the side as you tilt down. Maybe a micro bend in the knee to avoid hyperextension. And then bend a little deeper as you lower the left foot. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, sweep the hands down to the mat. Spin onto the left toes. Release the right arm high for a revolved lunge. And then from here, we're going to move to a seated twist. So lower the right hand, scoot the left knee forward behind the right foot, hug the right knee toward you, sit up nice and tall. Deep breath here. And then we're going to unwind and open to the left side of the mat. So place both hands inside the right foot and walk them around, coming into a deep squat and opening the hips. You can do this on a block or sitting a little higher with hands or elbows resting on the thighs. Option to gently rock back and forth before we take this to the back of our mat. So walk the hands around and then float the right foot forward to meet the left in our fold. Then slowly roll up and we'll prepare for the left side. Inhale, shoulders roll up. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, straighten up. And exhale, fold. Flat back on the inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, step the right foot back this time, low lunge. Moving straight into warrior two. Right heel down, right arm sweeps up and around, lengthening through the fingertips. Side lunge, bend into the right knee. And then with control, press it forward, transitioning through warrior two into half moon. Float the right foot off the mat. Take your time here. And now float the right foot back down. Sweep the left arm up and back, reverse warrior. And then hands down, frame the left foot. Right heel spins up, left arm reaches, revolved lunge. Seated twist, scoot the right knee forward, lower down, and hug the left leg into your chest. Squeeze it tight, feel the compression. And then unwind, hands inside the left foot, walk them around. Deep squat facing the right side of your mat. Perhaps using your elbows to press against your knees or thighs and really open up the hips. Full round of breath here. And eventually shift the weight into the right leg and step the left foot forward, top of the mat. Roll your way up and we'll reset our standing posture. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders down. Another inhale, mountain pose, reach high. Exhale, fold forward. And if you have a yoga block or water bottle, that might come in handy, placed in front of your feet. We're going to take that flat back, inhale. And then on the exhale, bend into your left knee, press into your left hand, reach the right arm high. Optional wrap around the lower back as we twist the upper body to get a nice stretch in the IT band. And then release back to center, reset our flat back, inhale. And exhale, other side, right knee bends, left arm reaches up. Taking the wrap, if you did on the other side. Maybe twist a little deeper, open to the left side a little bit more. And then unwind, back to center. Inhale, flat back once more. Exhale, hands to the mat. And here's our last vinyasa of this practice. From plank, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog, untuck the toes. And exhale, downward dog. Full round of breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Now lift the heels high and roll the body forward back to plank. And from here, we're going to lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes. And get ready for a few back bends before we start to slow it down. Starting with locust, arms are at your sides, or you can clasp your hands behind your lower back. And on the inhale, peel your chest off the mat, squeeze your shoulder blades together, engage the glutes. Maybe the feet lift up. All the energy is reaching behind you. And exhale, release. Take your right ear to the mat, bend the knees, and then maybe gently sway the feet side to side, release some of that tension. And then lower back down, bring your chin to center, and you can either take locust pose again, maybe a different variation, or for floor bow, bend the knees, reach back for your feet. And on the inhale, kick into your hands and let that energy pull your upper body off the mat. Feel the front body opening and lengthen through the crown. And then slowly lower back down to the mat. This time, turn your chin to the right and take that windshield wiper motion. Eventually lowering the feet, returning chin to the center. And now press into your palms. Send the hips back toward your feet for another round of child pose. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out. When you're ready, make your way to tabletop. Ground down through the left palm. Inhale, reach your right arm high. And exhale, thread the needle. Right arm reaches under the left elbow, right ear reaches toward the mat. Option 2, walk the left fingertips forward or take a wrap around the lower back. And then slowly unwind, press back into the left palm, and reset your table. Let's even that out. Inhale, left arm high, and exhale, left arm reaches under the right elbow, feeling a nice stretch around the outside of your shoulder. Same options here, right arm reaching forward or wrapping. Eventually, pressing back onto the right hand, dragging the left arm out from underneath. And perhaps take a quick round of cat-cow before making your way to a seat in staff pose with the legs outstretched in front. Now for a seated fold. Inhale, arms overhead. And it's up to you whether to make this an active stretching pose, leading with your chest for a flat back, maybe taking a little bend in the knees, or to just let the upper body melt over the legs. We've got some time here, so keep breathing. Lengthening on the inhales, deepening on the exhales. You might be pulling against your feet. I tend to rock gently side to side, creating a little more space in my lower back. But whenever you feel like you've had enough of this, roll your way up and sit tall. And then roll your way down onto your back. Now keep the left leg long, hug the right knee toward your chest, squeeze it nice and tight, Take a full round of breath here. And then moving into a reclined twist. Use the left hand to gently guide the right knee across as the right arm reaches out to the side. Maybe the gaze follows the right hand. Try to press both shoulders into the mat, wringing out the spine like a dish rag. And then bring your chin back to center. Slowly pull your knee back to center. And then switch it out. Extend the right leg. Hug the left knee to your chest. And now guide the left knee across. Reach the left arm out to the side. And take a few breaths here. When you feel balanced on this side, bring your chin back to center. Bring your knee back to center. Hug the right knee in to meet the left. And then maybe rock side to side or take a few circles here in each direction, working out any remaining tension in the lower back. And now give yourself a big hug. Lift your forehead up to your knees. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Squeeze it nice and tight. Inhale. And exhale to Shavasana, where we can rest and relax and let the mind drift away. If you're ready to conclude your practice, begin to wake up the body by wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling out your wrists and your ankles, and then extend the arms overhead behind you. Inhale, lengthen all the way from your fingers to your toes, and then exhale, relax, roll over onto your side. Slowly press up and find your way to a comfortable seated position where you can sit tall and reconnect with your breath. Perhaps bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Feel the belly expand, feel the chest rise on the inhale. Then let yourself sink into the exhale. And as we conclude our practice, I invite you to press your palms together. Inhale your thumbs up to your third eye. Exhale, bow forward, acknowledging the work you did and the way you feel. And that's class. Thank you for letting me guide you. I hope you got what you needed from this practice. Subscribe if you wanna, follow if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time.